Hey guys, Nick Palacios here. Welcome to Tactical Games Podcast. Nick Thayer and I are going to be going over the Skirmish program. Skirmish is a program that we started a couple of years ago, and it's something that we picked back up in 2023. And since then, it's been a big priority of ours to really expand that affiliate program across the country. And really the main thing is to get you guys more reps, get you guys more accustomed to competing, whether you're a new competitor, getting into the tactical games for the first time, getting an understanding of how to go through stages, how to read stage programs, squad matrices, and just kind of get a feel for what competing in the tactical games is. Or if you're a veteran, you've been competing for years, another opportunity for you to get more reps in, test out new gear, just make sure everything's working well, knock the rust off if you're getting prepped for regional. So we've been excited, and we've been expanding it out quite significantly over the last year and a half.
And I helped.
And Nick helped. So what we're going to do today, the biggest goal for this podcast is to go over our affiliates, where they're at, who's running them, and then the ranges that they're going to be at. Right now, we currently have 4 Skirmish affiliates, and we've brought on 2 new ones in some key regions where we're really excited about. So starting off, we're going to start in Arizona. So in Arizona, the 2 people that manage that are Jen Gerasimo and Kurt Campbell. Kurt and Jen have been competing for a long time here in the sport. Jen and Kurt have been competing since, I think, 2022, right?
22 or 23, yeah. I think probably around Phoenix, Arizona that year was when they jumped into the sport. And
Yeah.
Jen's she's a beast when it comes to the physical fitness side of things. And she was not a great shooter early on and really picked that up and it's become a really incredible shooter. We watched her at Arizona this year in Sierra Vista.
Yeah.
She almost cleaned the speed plate or the stage with the rope climbs and the shuttle runs.
Yeah, the
She
rope and the
crushed
steel
that
speed.
stage.
Yeah.
She shoots steel challenges. I see it, and Kurt's out there, and Kurt's I think a pilot by trade, and really, really an awesome guy. And we've gotten a ton of positive feedback about their skirmish. People are loving it, coming from all over Arizona to come out and support that. And the range that they're operating out of gives them some really cool long range opportunity, which I know not everybody gets the ability to shoot at their local ranges. So having a skirmish that can facilitate you to shoot out to 500 or 600 yards is definitely advantageous because not a lot of people, that's one of the biggest complaints that we hear from competitors is they don't get the opportunity to shoot long distance very often.
Yeah.
So great way to go out and get some exposure to that in a competitive environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for those of you guys who don't know where their skirmish is at, we've got a couple graphics that Ro's going to pull up here in just a second. So Tactical Games Skirmish in Phoenix, Arizona is at the Cowtown Range. Like Nick was saying, they have some really cool opportunities, different terrain, different features there for you guys to get some really good looks and practice in. And then just a couple of things about Kurt and Jen. They've both been in the fitness industry for the last 10 plus years. So when it comes to fitness programming, that's their bread and butter. They're really sharp at that. And again, we've been getting really good feedback on their program as they've been running their skirmish. They've now are currently affiliate owners going in about 5 years now. Kurt's a CFL1 certified and Jen's a CFL2 and USAW certified as well too. They both entered TAC games like we were saying in 2022. They both qualified for nationals every year. So again, always super competitive. They've been around the block and they know what they're doing. So really excited to have a skirmish in Arizona as it's a key region for us out in the West. Kurt is also an Army vet and they're both active US PSA shooters. So as that continues to grow, you guys can expect to see they have anywhere from 30 to 40, 50 people at their skirmishes.
Yep. And they definitely they're expanding as a lot of our other skirmishes are as well into also offering single day sniper challenge events too.
Yeah.
So there'll be one of the, I think Kurt had said October, they'll probably do one of those this year, see how it goes. But definitely again, an opportunity to go out and get long range experience before coming out to a tactical games match or to help build your data set.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of my favorite things about the skirmishes as well too, because we only get a chance to go to each one of these regions or locations once a year, is it allows them to build a community of people. So as you go and compete in these skirmishes, you're able to make friends and kind of get a crew of people that you can then go and train in between events, in between regionals and all that stuff. So it's a really good time. And it's also a kind of a low pressure environment, right? It's competitive, of course, because it's a match, but the main goal is for you guys to get your reps in and just really get comfortable with competing in the tactical games as a newer competitor. So
Did you decide to start a skirmish so you could make friends?
I did. I don't have a lot of friends.
No.
You know,
I'm glad you're making some now.
I have you guys. It's all about the quality,
Oh.
not the quantity. You know.
Oh.
All right, so moving on. Next skirmish that we're going to talk about is Boise, Idaho. They're over at the Double Tap range. Jeremiah Clemens is the one that heads that up. Jeremiah has been busting his ass the last really almost the last year now. He's been running that match. He's built a ton of implements. He's got a ton of great equipment out there. And rain, shine, sleet, snow, they put on matches.
Yeah.
I saw recently they just did one in the snow, and they were
like January.
Yeah, it was very recent, and everybody was having a great time out there.
I have to say, Jeremiah came up to me before he had started competing. He was actually checking in for his first match, and he was like, he told me, I want to do this. I want to get involved. I want to figure out how to make this work. And he jumped onto a skirmish like very, very quickly, and he'd been running matches at his range, so I knew he had the capability of doing it. Because we do have some, I don't want to say strict, but we have some gates that you need to pass in order to be able to do it.
Yeah.
He demonstrated proficiency in his ability to run matches, and immediately out of the gate just hit the ground running, and has been able to put out a really awesome product. So I like Jeremiah a lot, and he's a huge supporter of the sport and a huge supporter of what we do. So glad he's a part of it for sure.
Agreed. And Boise is one of those areas too. It's it's a great area. Anytime we go to Boise, we always are able to put on a cool match. Anything out west is always great, but Idaho in particular it's a beautiful area, and Double Tap Range has a lot of cool features there as well too. So a little bit about Jeremiah. So again, being in Boise, the Boise skirmish, it's a veteran-owned skirmish there. It's just 20 miles outside of Boise, Idaho, so pretty quick drive if you live in the city or the surrounding areas. They do a heavy focus on fitness stages, utilizing a wide array of equipment and movements. And they have access to half a dozen shooting bays, and they have stages designed to reset themselves. So minimal work on you guys as competitors, making it a smooth process. And they do operate year round, like we were saying, in all weather conditions. So excited to have Boise on the list now. And as that continues to grow, I'll be really excited to see where Jeremiah ends up taking that. Next one here, I didn't want to do a graphic for myself, but Ro wanted us to. So I manage the Austin, Texas affiliate here, and I run that with Chance Avon. Chance is our newest team member here, and he's been an awesome help. He's really good operations mindset, so it's been great having him run these. So for those of you guys who don't know me, I manage operations for the company. In my third season, we got 23 regional events under my belt, 15 skirmishes. So again, going into our third season managing skirmish, and we're now operating out of Reveille Peak Range, which is super great. We've used it for nationals almost every year. That the company's been doing nationals and been in operation. So that gives us a ton of different looks, ability to shoot out to 600 yards, have a ton of great bays. They're working with us on reconfiguring some ranges for us as well too, that Nick's been working with Vol and Andrea on. So really excited to see how those ranges end up getting put together for us and give us some really cool looks for us moving forward for the year.
Yeah, it's the ranch.
It's Reveille Peak Range and Ranch. There's two separate addresses. I got it right, guys. So
Nick doesn't have the skirmish anymore, so we're gonna have to figure out Chance's
yeah, I'm out. I'm out. See you guys. Those are our skirmishes that we currently have running right now. And then we have two coming up here, which we're super excited for. Florida is the next skirmish that's going to be popping up. Jay Hazlitt is going to be running that. She's an extremely seasoned competitor. She's been competing since the early days of the sport. She's 25 years law enforcement. She's a SWAT detective, firearms instructor, coach at her local gym. The range that they've got access to is awesome because it's a private range. It's usually primarily used for law enforcement. So they've got access to everything there, which is really cool, which is going to be, they have a tower on the long range stage. They've got a shoot house option. They've got an obstacle course there. And again, Jay's competed for many years, so she knows competing very well and is going to be able to give us some really cool looks there. And Florida's a key region for us, so I'm excited to see how that starts to blow up.
Yeah, so this is about an hour, I think, outside of Orlando is where Palm Bay is.
Yep.
So incredibly accessible from pretty much anywhere in Florida. Southern Florida's a little bit hard to get to.
Yeah.
Holt, Florida is about 6.5 hours away. So Florida's a huge state. I remember growing up, we would drive into Florida and we would think we were there where we were going for vacation, and I'm still like an additional 12.5 hours to get where we needed to go. So, Jay has been a competitor since probably 2020.
Yeah.
She's been around forever. She's competed in a lot of matches. She's got a ton of law enforcement experience. She's RO'd for us. She's got great command presence. She's definitely going to be an awesome skirmish host. So very excited to see her come out and grow the tactical games community in the Orlando area.
Yeah, I see Jay taking off with that really quickly. So next one is going to be our Ohio skirmish. Rose staring at me like I'm doing something wrong.
Well,
So
you said you missed one that was already operating.
I did. That's my fault. It was out of sequence.
He also has a mullet.
It was out of sequence. Yeah, I'm partial to, we got to stick together. Gotcha. Mullet guys stick together.
Colin's been around the sport since probably 2019 or 2020 as well.
Yep.
He's been in Colin's one of my favorite tactical games athletes. As far as shooters goes, an incredible marksman. He taught for us at Tactical Games universities. He's done a ton of different things, and he's a great guy. And his skirmish is probably, outside of Jen and Kurt's, probably the most well attended skirmish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of any of the ones that we have in the country. So Ohio's up there crushing it, and he's doing a great job with it.
I think they had somewhere around 50 or 60 people at their last skirmish.
Yep. And he's running TAC 2 gun events there. Yep. And he's running TG Tactical Games 101s up there. He's got a lot of different things going on. And he's a great instructor. If you're in the Midwest and you're looking for an instructor to help you out with tactical game stuff, I definitely recommend Colin. He's great.
Yeah, he's been doing awesome in Ohio, and Nick Obly has been helping him out with all those skirmishes as well.
I think Spencer's helping him too.
Yep. Spencer's also been helping him out as well. So you got a great crew running those matches between the fitness and the shooting portion. They've got everything dialed in very well up there. A little bit about Colin. He's a full-time SWAT officer. Has been there for 11 years. Been competing since 2020. They've got 10 events under their belts in the past year, again with TAC 2 gun and skirmishes rolling around monthly and biannually for TAC 2 gun. So again, really looking forward to seeing how they continue to keep that trajectory up and running.
Yep.
One of the next ones that we've got coming up soon is the Sawmill. So Sawmill's one of our favorite venues that we go to every year. Again, really great area. They just did their first skirmish April 5th. So they've got the first one under their belt. They had just shy of 30 people there. And with Steve and Dutch running that, I have no doubt that they're going to run a really good affiliate over there. Both these guys are special operations background. Steve's U.S. Army Special Operations senior officer. He's got 30 years of experience there and 15 years of experience as a senior executive in specialized government contracts as well, too.
He's been running Sawmill for as long as I've been around. Every event that we've ever gone to out at Sawmill, and he's that venue is incredible, and they do a great job of taking care of it. They also have, I think that you can shoot out to 1,600 meters there. Not that you would do that with this competition, but you have the ability for a lot of long range. They have some unique features. They have an obstacle course. They have a ton of different things that they can incorporate into these events that will make them fun, unique, and interesting. Yeah,
the bays are well laid out. The long range course is awesome there. They have the Connex Tower as well too, which gives you some really cool features. So really happy to have them on board. And last, we've got our Minnesota chapter coming up. So Minnesota is actually the first affiliate we ever had back in the day for skirmish. They ran our very first one from when I was talking to Sean about it. So it's good to have them back on board. Sean Nelson, he does a lot of videography for the company here. Action shooter as well too. He's been a competitive shooter since 2012, competed in TTG since 2019. So he's been here since the early days. So they did start their first skirmish back in 2020. So it's good to have that back up there and in that region. We don't necessarily get in that area. Really at all. I guess the closest one would be Ohio and Pennsylvania, Iowa. So having one in Minnesota is going to be awesome.
Have you seen a map before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure. A couple times. Yeah. I went to elementary school, man.
I went to geometry class.
Christy Watson's also going to be helping him. She's been competing since 2021, multiple time podium finisher. So have no doubt that skirmish is in really good hands. So excited to have Sean back on board with us.
We love Christy and Sean. So it's great that they're coming together to create something awesome. Sean, like you said, he knows the sport. He loves the sport. He's been involved with helping us tremendously in a lot of different avenues. And I think that if there is anybody that is capable of putting on an incredible match, it's him.
Yeah.
Not only from his exposure to tactical games, but also his exposure to PCSL, USPSA, 3-gun, you name it. He's competed in so many different matches that gives him a great background and understanding of how to put on a good match.
Yeah.
And, they've got a good range that they're working with, and I think people are really going to enjoy it. And you bring Christy in there, and she's just a ball of energy and good light, and she's awesome to be around. She's a hell of a tactical games competitor, so
yeah,
excited to have them on board and putting this together.
Agreed, man. So again, that's going to be at the Forest Lake Sportsman Club in Forest Lake, Minnesota. As those dates come up, we're still working on dialing a couple of those in with them. So as these dates come up for these newer affiliates, we'll be sure to let you guys know. They'll all be on our website, so you guys can check all those out. Again, we're still always looking for new affiliates as well too. So if you guys are interested, would love to have you guys reach out to us, info@thetacticalgames.com, and we'll be able to give you the information, prerequisites, and all that stuff to get approved to be an affiliate.
Where's a good place they can go to and find all of the information about our skirmishes?
That would be thetacticalgames.com.
That's correct.
Yep.
Under the skirmish tab.
Under the skirmish tab.
Is that under the compete tab?
Could be. Who knows?
You been to our website?
Yeah, once or twice.
The other place that's important to take a look is our social media. We've got the @ttg.skirmish social media handle, Instagram handle. You'll have updates from, that's like the larger holding that has the information about all of the other skirmishes that'll all fall under ttg.skirmish, whatever city that they're operating out of. So we try to keep it simple enough where people would be able to search for them.
Yeah.
Where typing in that TTG dot will give you the next, it'll give you a list of things that you're trying to find. So we do everything that we can to try to make it easy for you guys. And as we have more skirmishes coming on, maybe Nick will make more cool graphics for them.
Well, we'll see. Only time will tell.
You did a great job.
I do what I can.
Is your beard hitting up against the
No.
microphone?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just an optical illusion.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. No. But we appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to having you guys out at the skirmishes. Again, any questions, feel free to reach out to us, whether it's social media or info at the Tactical Games. And again, you can find all that info on thetacticalgames.com. You guys have a good one.